Hello and welcome to Up and Adam. My name is Gelsey, and I am here every day with you recapping Love Island games. Last night we had our first full recoupling of the season, so lots to talk about here. And one of the most disgusting challenges, I had to fast forward through some of this episode, so let's just get straight into it. All right. So we start, as always, with some chats, right? We've got the couples going off. Johnny and KK have been sent home. And now there's kind of this mumble jumble. Everyone's feeling that the power, the big dogs, the alphas have left the villa. So there's definitely a shift in power, a shift in partnerships, techniques, kind of teams who's getting together and scheming against each other. And we're seeing a lot of that happening, actually. And a lot of those just partnership. I don't know. And I think it shocked some people who's trying to team up and who's not. But we start with our obvious couples. We've got Adrina and Johnny, they're getting together and he's starting to feel like she's just not giving as much gusto into the actual games as him. And he's like, I need to talk her up and pump her up to get to that. And he's like, are you going to like fight against the girls? And she says she can't. She's like, I cannot do that. No. And what does she say? She's just like, what do you want me to say? I'm hot. And she's expecting for Johnny to take all of the work. Like he needs to be the man and do the competing, and she'll just be there eating her sandwich, just being her. Like, can we talk about that moment? I was like, that would be me too. The girls are all chatting. I'd be like, great. But he's telling the guys too that he's starting to rethink his partnership with Andrina. Like he's just not feeling it. He's emotionally drained, doesn't feel stimulated, which I'm feeling the same way every time she's on my screen, to be honest. I've said it in the last episode. I'm a little over it, but yeah, we're going to see where that's, because you can tell she definitely thinks like it is a clear choice for her to go with Johnny, and it's not so much that way for him. So that's going to be a rough chat when they eventually get to that point. So next we have Marvin's kind of chatting up Andrea. He chats up Nicola. Of course, Nicola is so cute when they chat. She's so giddy and just he's sussing out his options as the single one there. Then we have Tyreek and Justine. So they do have a little chat in the speakeasy, and she's flirting still, saying what she likes, and but she says she's worried that he's in too much of the coupling mindset, and he's like, no, I'm here to win the game and I can be tough. But then she has a conversation with Josh saying, I think we're a good team. I like where we're at. And Josh says the same. He's like, I like where we're at too. I think this is great, which kind of throws mixed signals to her and gets her a little upset when he later does not choose her. We will get there. But he kind of tells, he's like, I'm fully transparent. And I don't know. I've learned in life when someone says they're transparent, they're normally like the least transparent people. Like any company I've worked for and my boss is like, we're really transparent here, is normally where I get screwed up the A at the end of that. So don't like that. Then we do have our first anticipated talk between Sydney and Isaiah. And basically they both, it's like, oh my God, you can just see that there's nothing going on in her head when they're talking. She's like, yeah. And I don't know. They talk about how they're just so different and they've changed and they've really matured. And she's like, she's saying our prefrontal lobe has literally developed now and it wasn't. It's so crazy. And I was like, okay, calm down. I love all these like we've matured talks. And I'm like, y'all are like 25. You're still like, wait till you get to your 30s to have these conversations. You still have a lot maturing, especially these two. They still have a long way to go. Like, let's watch this tiny clip of this conversation they had that was so deep.
Everything is different. Like, my hair was every single color of the rainbow. Like, I went on a journey.
Like, it was such a journey. Like, oh my God, I had blue hair and then I like had pink hair and then like, oh my God, I was red. What a journey. Shut up. That killed me. I was like, I can't with this conversation right now. So then we get Lucinda and Isaiah have a moment together. And I knew that they were going to end up together after the heart rate challenge, and he kissed her and the way that got her heart rate up. I was like, oh, there's something there. And they have a really cute moment on the dock where they do kind of hook up and that those sparks are flying.
Yeah. I've been wanting to
have you
chat with you, and taste you. If that makes sense. Kind of sounds weird when I say that, but you know what I mean.
You're a good kisser.
You are too.
Yeah, he just wants to taste her. These one-liners that the guys are throwing out, I'm like, I can't put me in the baby bird challenge. I don't know. It's just that like super douchey. Josh throws them all the time. He said one this episode too. I forget. I wrote it down and I'm totally, I don't know, I can't remember, but we'll get there. I'm sure it's somewhere in my notes that Josh is the one, like there was the moment that he had it with Andrea that he's like, well, let me remind you, or let me remind you why you're here, and then goes in for the kiss, like that kind of crap. I can't. But I was excited to see Isaiah and Lucinda doing that and coupling up because I saw that there. So we have our game, the recoupling before the game, and this was a big moment. It's the first recoupling. Ooh, everyone's like, what's going to happen? And everyone stands around and they write on their card who they want to be in a couple with. Then it goes to the person they wrote. If they chose the same, they get to be in a couple together on the couples bench. If the person they chose someone else, they go to the singles bench, and then we kind of put the singles together at the end. So we had some obvious choices here. We, of course, had Andrina and Johnny, even though Johnny's now thinking he wants to be with someone else. He's not really mentally stimulated by Andrina anymore, but so far that's who we got. Lucinda and Isaiah saw that coming. Of course. Oh, no, not of course. Sorry, we have, I didn't get a picture of, sorry, Garby and Kendall. I don't even need a photo of them. Duh. So then we have Marvin picks Nicola, which I loved this. And that was a smart choice. He was like, I did like Andrea too, but she seemed so heavily in with Josh, who they get to be back together and rekindle this spark in love. But that threw Justine a little bit. So she thought that she was on the same page with Josh. She was like, I like where we're at. He's like, I like where we're at too. So he chose her. She chose Josh, and then Josh chose Andrea, sending Justine to the singles bench. Now this threw it a little bit as well because Tyreek chose Justine and she chose Josh. So he got sent to the singles bench as well. Tyreek was pissed that Justine didn't pick him. And I was like, bro, you know she's here for the game. Like, I think it wasn't so much that he was like, screw her. I mean, he is, but I think it's just his ego got deflated. That rejection, like he is too much of a man-child to accept rejection and just understand that she is such a stronger person than he is. And I'm really getting over Tyreek. Like, I cannot stand him. This episode, he got on my nerves so bad. It got worse and worse with what happened there. But yeah, but ironically, they still get coupled up together because they're on the singles bench. So he is very spiteful. I mean, literally when she goes to sit on the couples or the singles bench with him, he moves to the other side. And I was like, how much of a freaking child can we be? Like, oh my God. So now we're in our new couples and we have our first cup challenge in this new coupling, and it's my least favorite one. I literally had to fast forward through it. Here's actual footage from the challenge.
Peter, I need you to hold my ears.
Oh, wait, sorry, wrong footage. No, that's literally what it reminded me of. If that wasn't what we were watching, that was all of us at home watching this challenge, right? Like, I am not lying when I said I had to fast forward. Let's watch a little bit of it here. If you can stomach it, I might look away.
It's about how many people are spitting in your cup. If you've got friends out there, they're not going to spit in your cup.
I threw up multiple times in my mouth. I think it had cottage cheese in it. Vomit and porta.
Okay, I literally had to turn it off. I can't watch that anymore. Like, oh my, that is the most disgusting thing. And of course, it can't just be like a strawberry smoothie that they're transferring. They put in some mystery, disgusting mashup of, like what? Oh God, I hate this challenge so much. I'm so glad that they did it so that it's over and we don't have to do that again this season because literally gross, just gross. And then after the challenge, they all go to talk with each other and like I was like, could we not have given everyone 5 freaking minutes to go wipe their faces off? Everyone had like their crusted, it looked like crusted vomit on their faces. They're all talking about their plan. And I was like, guys, come on, I'm dying here. But we had a lot of scheming, alliances broken, alliances formed after. Like, it was interesting. I think some of the people that they chose to spit their vomit, I'm just going to call it their disgusting vial, into the little tub. So basically everyone had their fish bowls around with other couples, and you want to try to pick a couple to fill up their bowl to make them vulnerable. So the couple with the most splosh in their bowl at the end of it is vulnerable. So it is a tactics game. It is, but some said they like were trying to play with a strategy, and some, like Garby was like, I didn't mean to continuously put it in Lucinda's bowl. It just happened. She was like, I don't know why it happened. And, Kendall was like, you can't play that way. And some of the other couples are like, you have to be tactical and technical at this point and have a reason of why you're doing it. And she pissed Lucinda off. So this is where a little bit, like, Lucinda was so butthurt that Garby went after her, and she's like, oh, no one's my friend in here and you can't trust anybody. And I was like, bro, again, it's a competition. It's the games. You can still be friends and then stab each other in the back when it comes to the competition. I'm so sick of everyone getting so freaking butthurt over something they signed up for. Like, what? Oh my God. I guess that's why they're here, because they're dramatic and it makes good TV or something. But she's so butthurt. And Isaiah feels betrayed by Kendall because that was his alliance and they went after them. And it's like, okay, like, everyone needs to calm down. But it was full of tension. And we get moments like this, like Josh and Andrea are talking after in their stupid little birdie costumes. Can you tell how much I hated this challenge?
I didn't want her to be power couple because I know we would be in a bad position. She didn't. I don't remember.
They're coming down the steps. They're coming down the steps right now.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, for this challenge, like, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to what, like, the voting is, or if it's just like a voting, a duel. I don't know, but it's gonna be crazy.
They're trying to play it all cool because she's talking about Justine, and they walk down and he's like, okay, change the conversation. And like, it's just, tensions are getting so high. You could feel it in the villa. Everything's just going like that. It's interesting, except these girls who are just having hot girl photo shoots.
Wow. Pop-up queens. It's giving baddies. It's giving...
Reason number 27, I'm not a big Sydney fan. I'm Nicola sitting on the couch watching girls do that. When I'm like, wow, I wish, but I'm not that girl. Like, we've got a lot going on. We've got some good confessionals. Yes, we've got Johnny here talking about his alliance. He's like, me, Tyreek, and Toby we're good. And it's just, tensions are getting high. And all I can think about is Isaiah's eyes rolling back behind his head when he kisses. Did anyone else catch that? Because, oh my God. Yeah. So not only are tensions getting high, but we finish this episode off with Tyreek talking to Toby about how he's going to scheme against Justine, who he's in a couple with. He's still so mad about her not picking him, which, again, like, everyone needs to get over themselves and grow up. I guess that's why they're on Love Island on TV, though. That's what we're here for, right? But he's so mad at her that he's talking about how he's going to play her and then drop her so she can feel what he's feeling right here. I can't even. You listen to him.
Let me tell you what I'm thinking of doing.
Tell me
I'm thinking of opening back up, doing a lovey-dovey thing. The minute someone else comes in, kick Justine to the curb. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Between me and you. Do I just go Sav and play her?
What a fucking weasel. Like, I hated that so much. I love Justine. I think she's better than this. She deserves better, first of all. But she's a smart girl and she's strong. And I think she'll catch wind of it, especially because tonight we have 2 new bombshells coming into the villa, and that's already going to stir some things up. I cannot wait for that. I love when the new people come in. But I just think she's so head in the game, money on the prize, or eyes on the prize, that I think he thinks he's going to be so hot shot and hurt her because he doesn't want to be the one to get hurt. He wants to be the one doing the hurting, which is a typical, I think, play in the love and dating world. It's a shitty thing, and I have been on the receiving end of it a lot of times. It sucks. But Justine, I trust her. She'll see right through it, I hope, because God, I'm just so ready for Tyreek to go home. Like, he thinks he's so smart and so on it, and I'm just so over it. Yeah, let's look at our couple rankings here so far that we have. Andrea and Josh are top. Nicola and Marvin are second. I love that. People like Lucinda and Isaiah. Garby and Kendall have a nice medium. I call them America's sweethearts just because they've been stable since the beginning. But I think because there's nothing new there, they get on a safe middle ground. Justine and Tyreek, number 5. I'm surprised there. Sydney and Toby, thank you. And Andrina and Johnny at the bottom. I think people are just really over her. Like, you just do it, and I'm just here, and I'm hot, and kind of weak game. I know I'm over it. I would say girls, I'm over her the most, and men, Tyreek, bye-bye. But we will see what happens tonight in the villa, and we got 2 new bombshells, and I'm so curious to see who lost the baby bird challenge and who will be vulnerable. We'll recap that tomorrow. I will see you then. Don't forget also, if you're listening on the podcast, to please leave a 5-star review. And it would be very helpful if you mention my name and say how much you're enjoying this. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos that I am covering for you coming your way. All right, that's it for me today. See you tomorrow. Bye.